Hi, I'm Rick Kahler. Thanks for joining me today. Well, during a recent interview with a reporter, I mentioned the importance of living on what you earn. Now, to me, this concept's really a no-brainer. It's really the most basic precept, foundation of financial health. But her response was both fascinating as it was frightening. She said something like this: "Our popular culture no longer supports the idea of living within your means. At least among celebrities, sports stars, TV shows, music that's intended for the younger generations, living on what you make isn't something to admire. It's geeky." Now, in one way, I suppose, the attitude of not living on what you make, living large, if we can say, might seem to be a way of expressing a sense of optimism about your future. The attitude is, go ahead, put it on your credit card, you're on the way up, you can afford it, or at least you expect to be able to afford it next month or next year. Yet all too often, living large for a season can set the stage for subsisting small for the rest of your life. I suspect this kind of pseudo-optimism is based as much on fear as genuine confidence. Many of us have probably had the experience of feeling pressured to spend more than we could afford. I know I have. This might be as simple as a one-time incident of going out to eat with other people and ending up at a restaurant that's far too expensive for your budget. Now, we're not going to say, "Sorry, I can't afford that," because it would set us apart from the group in a tremendously uncomfortable and shaming way. On a larger scale, our society has spent so heavily on perishable pleasures in recent decades that many of us have developed a distorted sense of what average or normal should be. We feel a strong need to have the right clothes, the right cars, a certain lifestyle, so we can fit into a group that might appear to be increasingly affluent. Saying no to that pressure may feel the same as admitting, "I'm not good enough," or "I don't belong." Now, neuropsychologists tell us that one of the quickest ways to trigger our reptilian brains, which basically means logic and reasoning go out the window, is to feel a lack of belonging or being threatened of being thrown out of the group. In that state, we may find ourselves driven to spend more than we have in order to maintain that sense of connection or belonging. Confidence in yourself and your future is certainly an important component of success. However, an exaggerated and unrealistic sense of confidence can lead to some real trouble. Research done by behavioral economists show that we tend to be overconfident about just about everything, especially our abilities and the future. Buying today what you expect to be able to afford tomorrow can leave you hanging miserably if the ladder gets yanked out from under you while you're on the way up. The current economy is driving that lesson home in a particularly harsh way today. This renewed awareness that up and down cycles are a fact of economic life might be the silver lining in the black clouds of frightening economic news. All at once, the news media is full of articles on how to spend less and save more. It's even possible that frugality may become the new fashionable lifestyle. Well, I hope so. I've been frugal all my life. I've always believed that spending less than I made was a sign of wisdom. Now, if that's geeky, maybe it's time we develop a little more appreciation for geeks. Maybe they're the ones who have genuine confidence, with enough faith in themselves to delay some of today's pleasures in order to invest in their future. Thanks for joining.